Take one of Road to Rally. My name's Oliver Yates, I'm 21, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm competing in my first ever rally at Lincoln Green Stages.
Would you say you're obsessed with rallying?
Just a tad. Been brought up on it. We've been to hundreds of rallies, been to Greece to go to WRC. Every year we go up to Mull to watch my dad go rally, like the one big event. And it's just awesome, compare it to F1 or something like that. You can go, you can get close to the cars, you can be actually on the track 10, 15 minutes before walking up it. And you just don't get that in any really other sport. My family loves rallying. You could say it's in my blood. Dad's been doing it for what, 30, 40 years.
Excellent.
Let's paint them great hairs.
Oliver's obsessed with rallying, probably down to his parents, I'd blame them. Hi, I'm Mike Yates, I'm Oliver's dad and obviously his navigator for tomorrow. I was rallying before I'd met Pam, obviously before I got married and before we had kids, so rallying was just part of what I did. When Ryan was born, I was doing the Welsh National Rally Championship, sort of 12 events a year. So as soon as your kids were old enough, we got dragged along, and really wherever we've gone rallying, they've wanted to join in us, and this is what's the result of it, an expensive hobby.
Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Drive to Survive. Damn, I've done it again. I'm Ryan, I'm Oliver's brother, and for the most part, I spend my time behind the camera, that I've got my 5 minutes of fame here, so I'm going to make the most of it. To say he's never actually been rallying, Oliver is obsessed with rallying. I think we both are. Since like a really young age, we've been just absorbed in this world of rallying.
I'm Pam Yates, I'm Oliver Yates's mother. Well, Manby in Lincolnshire, it was the Opposite Lock Rally, which Slathwaite Motor Club used to run. Well, you go weeks before, to be honest, to set up, and then night before you'd be setting out all the big tractor tyres, massive tyres.
Go on the back of the trailer from onto the circuit, and then go back a week later and you can see what you've built, this racetrack really. These are like some really early memories of just like watching cars go past.
Remember you both got race suits, rally race suits, and then you used to play in back garden. I remember the pretend BMW car that you used to play on. Then you used to have the bikes. So we were rallying about the back garden, making tracks. I'd say it's what you brought up with really. So what you brought up with, you kind of like lead into, don't you?
So yeah, me and my brother, have been obsessed with rallying since we were young, but recently with like rally stages, me and Oliver have started really getting into kind of like making it more than just a hobby of going to watch some rallies.
So we created rally stages where we have a media side, merchandise, posters, and also a studio side to it. I really wanted to do a rally because I remember watching at Northwest Stages, they were going through the town at the start. I was looking into the cars that they're driving and I was like, one day, I just want that to be me. And then Tarby took me out in his car in Mull, and that like sealed the deal. It was the smell, the feeling, like the vibration, the noise, and I was like, oh, this is an expensive ride, because I knew once I'd done that, I had to do a rally. I'm doing the rally now because for my 21st birthday, like grandparents, people were asking me, what do you want? And then I stressed an idea to my dad, like, could I go rallying? He went, yeah, but like you'd have to save up. So we did it, got like grandparents helped out, and aunties and uncles helped out, and everyone like got together and put some money together, and then I've saved up for pretty much a year, eating pot noodles at uni, just so I could do this. And I thought it was all paid for, and then you got tyres to do as well, so it's all added up. But I'm 21, I probably won't be doing another rally for, I don't know, a year or two. So the rally I'm doing is called Lincoln Green Stages, and I wanted to do this rally because it's a single venue. That's what I got brought up on. Unlike a circuit one, which is a bit more precise, and I think Ryan would be better than me at a circuit rally. That's why I didn't want to do one of them. There's a mixed surface, a bit of broken tarmac in there. And for me, that is like how the best way to start rallying. It's not too complex. So it's not a forest rally where it's on pace notes, or it's not a closed road event. It should be easy-ish.
I'm excited for Oliver's upcoming rally. He's put quite a lot of effort into it.
I'm so jealous that you're going to be driving a rally car before I have. As soon as I see you in that car tomorrow, I'm going to have to book myself onto a rally. I'm going to have to get in touch with somebody, hire a car.
I'm looking forward to the rally tomorrow. I think it'll be a good giggle. I think Oliver's probably going to learn a lot. Sitting with your son on his first rally is quite an honour really. But I will be in charge.
Going rallying for me is like a lifelong dream. where even until like the age of like 15 and 16, I was going upstairs and putting my dad's rally helmet on just to like wear one because it used to be so sick. I'm not gonna lie, since I've got this helmet, I've been putting it on as well, thinking I will be wearing this in the rally. Cannot wait. It's like I've been waiting all my life to do it, so I'm so excited. I'm not really nervous, I'm just nervous about not coming last. I just don't want to come last. So the first step of the road to rally, I guess, was going testing with Nathan Evans. So he let me come down for one of his test days and we went out in his rally car and oh my God, it was so fun. It was amazing and that was my first ever taste of being in a real rally car at full speed. And the second thing I did was I had to go get my bars test. I had to actually get my license. That was fun. That was really fun and also really educational. After that, we get to go out in a Subaru 2-litre turbo. And in my head, I was like, just pass the test, go slowly, and you just pass it. But then I put my foot down in it and I kind of went really quick and it was really fun. So I completely forgot it was a test and just floored it. I obviously felt like I was Colin McRae. I definitely wasn't, but I felt like I was. Going sideways on gravel, because I've never really driven on gravel before as well. So that was the best 15 minutes of my life. Just don't tell my missus that.
How did you feel after the bar test?
Oh, after the bar test, I felt amazing. I think I went to Ryan in the words of, I'm a driving god. I think I was just a bit full of adrenaline, because I'm definitely not. After that, a couple of days ago, I went up to go test with James Lightfoot with his new Rally 4 Peugeot 208, which is very nice. But almost too powerful, as when I got there, they were taking someone else out. And then when they got back in for my go, the tyres had been ripped to shreds, down to the canvas. So he's inviting us back after to go out with him again, but that car does look like a beast. One of my challenges was, where do I get all the clubber from? I'm not going to buy £1,000 worth of gear just for one rally. So we got the race suit from Constantine's, and then also got helmet from Dad's mate Wayne, and then hands device from Matt Tarbert, which is my dad's current driver. And yeah, so thank you very much to all of them. Obviously I wanted to make my rally car look cool and put Rally Stages logos on it and everything. So I went to getclobbered.com. We went there and got loads of stickers done and they look mint. So hopefully they'll look really good on the rally car. The car I'm doing the rally in is a beautiful Mini Cooper, which I absolutely love. It's red and white, it's 1.6 naturally aspirated. The original plan was to go with a different car and we had it planned. And then we decided the event we were going to do, and it was like, not saying so, but we're like ready to do it. But then unfortunately that car fell through. Couldn't find anyone else really at the right price. So I stumbled upon a rally car for hire, and I spoke to George and we managed to sort out a car for me. But it's been a roller coaster. I thought I was doing it, and then I thought it got cancelled, and then now I'm doing it again, and it's finally here. I can't believe it's actually happening. And they've been really useful so far, helping with all the information, make sure that everything's sorted. So hopefully, car will come today and then rally tomorrow with it. Just the arrive and drive package.
So the plan for this weekend is pack up all this gear, get in the camper van, down to Fullbeck for the rally tomorrow.
Here we go.
And then film the behind the scenes of Oliver on his first rally, try to get as much good footage as possible, which we can overlay in this.
Tomorrow will be the big day, I guess. It's like getting married. It's more important than getting married.
I think that's a wrap. Pre-rally done.
Aye. Wish me luck, I guess, then. Oh, dear. Oof. So that didn't go exactly to plan, did it? Take 2 of Road to Rally. Still haven't got one of them clippy things. I was really excited on the way down, and then when we entered the airfield and I saw my car, I was just giggling. I couldn't stop giggling. And then we met with Michael and Dave, who were like the team managers. It was just so good to see that car.
So Saturday evening when we got to the venue, made sure everything was right with the car, you know, the belts and the intercom and everything, and that we were comfortable with the car itself. Got it through scrutineering.
After scrutineering, the next step was to put the stickers all over the car, and they fitted absolutely perfectly. I thought it looked ace on it, and we just plastered the car with stickers everywhere. Big Rally Stages won, Project Podium, and CVS was one of our sponsors. Sat in the camper van and we were just looking at it. I was just smiling. It looked good.
And then me and Oliver went out on the push bikes and had a ride around the stages. I think it's something that people forget to do or don't bother doing sometimes, but on a single venue where you've got the access to walk or cycle the stages, I'd definitely recommend it. Put Oliver's mind to rest as to what it was like, but also for me, I'd never competed at that venue. So Saturday night was just real preparation, but I think that settled a lot of the nerves for Sunday morning.
Before I went to bed, we just kind of sat in the car, thinking this is my car for the weekend, and I've been waiting so long to do it. I was sat there imagining what I'd be doing the next day, and then got an early night and yeah, went to bed.
It is freezing. Oh, should I walk in? No, I don't need to walk in. Oh, should I walk in? Should I walk a little?
Perfect. I hope that makes it.
I hope it doesn't.
Just talk about the day. Just say whatever you want to say.
Where do I start? On the day of the rally, Oliver was up way before everybody else, texting us at like 5:30 going, anybody up yet? We were just asleep.
Sunday, you know, we knew the car was ready, so could get up, be relaxed. Final check of the belts, all kitted up in our race suits.
The team turned up at about 7 o'clock and did a final spanner check to soften the suspension on the rear.
Driver's briefing, you know, just reiterating some of the sort of safety elements of the event, making sure that people understood. And then it's really, you know, that 20 minutes, half an hour waiting for, you know, to go for the first stage. That's where the sort of the nerves start tingling a little bit, you know, the excitement builds.
First stage. Oh, and we were sat in the queue and I wasn't really nervous. I was just talking to Dad and we were chatting complete bollocks. It was talk totally, oh, what's that building over there? Oh, what do you and Matt get up to? And it was just talking nonsense.
Before the first stage, I was feeling excited, you know, for me and for Oliver. You know, I still get a buzz out of rallying. You know, I don't do many events these days, but, you know, when you're kitted up, you're belted up, you're sat in that environment, it's still a big adrenaline kick. You know, it's a great feeling. You can't explain it to anybody, really.
We started our GoPros and then I just wasn't ready for the first stage. I didn't expect it to go that quickly. Yeah, there we go, that's good. And I hear Dad going 5, 4, and I've got my hand on the handbrake, my right hand putting up the windscreen. I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Stage 1, Oliver headed off to the start. And there were a mix of emotions in the spectators and me as well, because motorsport can be dangerous. You don't know what's going to happen.
For the first 2 stages, we were going to go gentle, not push, get to know the car. But then I did put my foot down and I wasn't going as gentle as I thought I was going to go, because it felt comfortable. We were planning our stage walk where we were going to brake. So for the first major braking section, I braked and I was using about 10% of the brakes. I was like, oh, this can brake this car. So the next one I did a little bit more, but still I wasn't using nowhere near the braking. And that was the biggest shock for me, how good them brakes were. By the end of the first stage, I was only using about half the brakes and I still knew there was a lot more brakes to do. And that's what I was excited for the next stage. How late can I brake? So the night before on the track walk, I was saying like, Dad, what shall I do if I'm overtaking someone? And he was like, yeah, don't worry about that. But about 2 minutes into the first stage, I caught someone. And oh my God, was I happy. Couldn't believe it, I could see the dust and I caught him. And we got a nice overtake on him and that was just amazing. I was like, oh my God, made 30 seconds up on him. And I ended up getting, I think 1 minute 20 up on him on that stage.
So we watched most of the cars go through stage 1 towards the end. And it was quite a dusty section of track, like, you know, these 30-second intervals and the dust was flying up. You know, some of the cars couldn't see anything. And then it was time for car 55, my little brother. When I heard Oliver approaching, we all got ready. We had his cameras ready to record some videos. But I was just hoping he wasn't really slow. And he wasn't. He came around that corner as quick as any of the cars around him. And then yeah, headed back to go see him at the service.
What happened at the end of stage 1?
Oh, I was giggling. I was completely giggling, going past the finish line, and then it went boom. Just as I finished the line, it cut out. And I was like, at that point, I didn't really care. I'd finished the first stage, and I was so happy. But we didn't really know what was wrong. I thought it was going to be a small issue. But we later to find out it wasn't going to be a small issue. So when we were in service, we didn't know what was wrong with it, but the stage was starting in like 10 minutes because we'd wasted a lot of time pushing it back. And yeah, we just kind of had to go for it and had to get to that second stage.
After seeing Oliver go past, we're headed back to service and we saw the worst looking crash I've ever seen. We've spectated in rallying since we were kids, and I've never seen a car go that high into the sky. It was a huge crash. We were about 500 meters away at the other side of a field, and we just looked at each other and was like, run. We ran towards this car, across the stage, and both navigator and driver were just so dazed, not in a good way. They were both okay, which was good to hear and good to see, but that car was an absolute mess. We left the crash site and headed back to service. At this point, I thought I'd just give the information about how long the stage is going to be closed for, or if it's going to be cancelled to my brother and my dad who were waiting at the start line. So I'll give him a ring. I was like, oh yeah, there's going to be a delay to this stage. You've got probably like 20 minutes at least if it's not cancelled. Which, looking back, probably not the greatest idea, telling somebody that there's been a big off on a stage you're about to go onto.
It's not what I want to hear if I'm literally about to go into the stage. But that stage did get cancelled. And then again, the car cut out. So we pushed it back to service again, and we had a bit longer to work out what was wrong with it. And then the team came over to it and said they kind of knew what it was. They think it was the head gasket that went on it. At this point, the team's plan was to try and get me as much seat time as possible. So they've topped up the radiator, they had to jump start the car, and then we headed to stage 3. Going into stage 3, I wasn't thinking about the rally, the stage. I was thinking about the car, and I was a little bit nervous. So when we pulled up to the line, I was much more prepared this time. I knew to have everything ready. As soon as I set off, it kind of flicked the switch, and I was like, didn't think about the car as much, and just kind of went for it. There was one corner where I think I was pushing it a little bit too much. It was as the merge came in, it was like quite an open corner, but it tightened. That's fine, yeah. Keep the foot down, and I drifted a bit wide. I think I was like that close to hitting the cones, but then.
So we noticed Oliver and Dad weren't in the service yet, so we made his way up to the start line, and that's when we realised something wasn't quite right.
The car just lost power, sort of last 200-300 metres of the stage. We'd had a good run. Luckily we got over the stop line, but then the car cut out and we couldn't get it restarted. Pushed back into service with the service crew, looked at the car and obviously realised that it was terminal. We weren't going to go any further. So ultimately, the rally ended in a service area with the bonnet up and lots of steam coming out of the engine.
It killed me. It really did. It wasn't to be. It really wasn't to be.
I think Oliver a bit down, just a bit upset. When you've saved up and put so much time into something and got so excited about this first rally, you're going to be sad when something goes wrong.
When people say rallying's a roller coaster of emotions, they're not lying. Driving the stages, I was on top of the world, and then when the car conked out, I was so low. And then again, I got back out in the car, and it was amazing. And then again, it broke, and we couldn't continue the rally. It's a proper roller coaster of emotions. But I guess that's motorsport, isn't it? Before I started the day, I was really scared I was going to be last. But when I overtook that Nova on the first stage, I knew what I'm going to be. And it was like a relief off me. And that was probably my favourite part of the day.
The highlight of my day was seeing my little brother be better than I expected at rallying. I mean, he started the day in 55th, and after the first stage, he'd come through in 38th place.
Now you've seen me do a rally, are you going to do one?
I'd love to do a rally where me and my brother were both taking part, but in different cars, because doing it in the same car would not end well. We'd be way too competitive.
I'd definitely navigate for Oliver again. He's only just getting into it, but you can tell, that there's more to come. See your son be enthusiastic, get involved, that was the best bit of the day.
So, what's next? I'm doing another rally. As soon as George from Rally Car Hire heard about the head gasket went, he messaged me straight away. I said, this isn't over. We're doing another one. So, get ready for part 2, I guess. I need to thank a couple of people as well. I couldn't have done it without Wayne and Tarby and Constantine for letting me use their helmets and suits and hands. Also, my family, they've all helped me get me to do my first ever rally. I want to thank Alan from CVS. Never met the guy, but he helped us out with a bit of money. So thank you very much to him. And also, Rally Car for Hire. The team were great. They did everything they could have possibly done to try and get me through the rally, but it just wasn't to be. And they were very professional, explained everything to me. So yeah, thank you so much to them. We can't do it without the marshals and organisers, so thank you very much to all them as well.
Would you say you're still obsessed with rallying?
I'm more obsessed. So much more obsessed. It was awesome. That was good. I cannot wait for the next one.
This is Mike, signing off and going for his toast.